YouTube, it's J-Bob, the video game slob, and the shadows are getting long. This will be the last box I do for this night. I know it's different days for all you, but man, what a day. But he even texts me, he goes, I'm just spent from going over all the stuff that he picked up and, trying to go over it. And I said, yeah, me as well. It's been a long night. One downturn, one empty box in this one. Wouldn't have been a bad game. Would have liked to have it, but there we go. Again, I'm gonna probably start cutting these back to one box so I can fit them all in 10 minutes. But this was $200. This is one of the easy, no-brainer ones, and one of the ones I found that I was like, oh my god, we got to pick it up. Fallout 3 Game of the Year, PC, nobody cares. Black is one of those games that, like, it took forever, but now people will pay $10 for it. Fantastic game. I don't know about on Xbox, but at least on PS2 they do. This has kind of always been a little bit pricey, and by pricey I mean above the $10 mark. Play Toy Story 3. It's not the worst, and if you got kids, it's not bad. Anything GameCube is good, but boy, Ghost Recon isn't exactly what you wanted. Call of Duty, who cares? The Lego Star Wars always sell for me. I like to keep every Lego game I possibly can in stock because they often sell. Crimson Skies, I think that was the, Metal Jesus's game that he said to always pay attention to, that he loved. Incredibles, nobody cares. Agent Under Fire finally has some value to it. It's kind of funny, it's in this shrink-wrapped, resealed thing. It's a good game, but, it's nothing like Bloodstone. All of the Shrek games are like meme games at this point, for whatever reason. I don't know, people love the Green Ogre, and that stuff sells for whatever reason. Ghost Recon, fine. But then it just goes 0 to 100, doesn't it? Killer 7, all of the games that, they have produced have just done extraordinarily well. So that was extraordinarily awesome to see. Metal Gear Solid Twin Stakes, for whatever reason, people love and have popped off. And of course, Hideo Kojima, it just has a following and people love the work that he did. Splinter Cell's okay, but then, right back into it with it's a bestseller, but, people don't care anymore. As long as it doesn't have that yellow stripe down the side, collectors seem to love it. Sports games, even on the GameCube are expensive, just like they are on the Dreamcast, which means nobody cares. So you put them out and nobody buys them, and so they're great to have. They look good on the shelf, pads it, makes it look like you got a lot of GameCube games that other stores don't, but it doesn't help in the end. Again, GoldenEye Rogue Agent, not the GoldenEye anybody wants, but don't you love the hologram? I don't know, they're all good games to me, obviously. I like first-person shooters by now. It's okay. You can like those. They're not, they're not RPGs. They're not shoot-'em-ups. But everybody loves Beyond Good and Evil. I think that just recently got a remaster, so still pretty popular. This person was clearly a Tom Clancy fan. I think that's all 3 of the Splinter Cells that they made on the GameCube. Enter the Matrix will do all right, and yet another James Bond. So, again, this person had very similar taste to me, and I said many times throughout the day, I think we would have got along great. We both loved hip-hop. We both loved video games. And so there we go. But what's become increasingly the star of all these shows is the sealed games. We've got the sealed Star Fox Adventures with the Kmart bonus splash and the 1999 Kmart sticker. This one's pretty dug up, but we got an NBA 2K3. The True Crime Streets of New York, that was $4.98. Gotta love that. I think New York is the one people prefer. I could be wrong. I don't know. I always screw it up. No matter which one I have, it's not the right system. It's not the right whatever. We already saw NBA Street 2. Here's NBA Street 1. Oh, there you go. That was weird. I didn't even notice these. Got some Halo multiplayer somethings. I don't know. We'll put that over there. Oh, this one's not sealed. Crap, I put that in the wrong. The Batman Vengeance. Let's make sure it's in there. That's in there. Okay. Sorry. But still, I think Batman Vengeance is, $15 game? I think that'll do well. Not trying to bamboozle you there. Medal of Honor Frontline, I don't know why. That game always sells out for me. Not sealed, of course. The Incredibles, again, another series that people seem to love that always sell. I don't know. I'll have to play that someday. You can't play every game on the planet. But yeah, Resident Evil 0, another just... Anytime you're getting Resident Evil sealed, $20. It looks like if you look at the price tags on a lot of these, they probably bought them all from the same place. I don't know, Bloody Roar, series that I was glad to get many of the games before they went crazy. $4.99, markdown. I'll admit I was not in the era where I could buy $4.99 GameCube games. I mean, I was probably around. It just wasn't how I was collecting. It was probably in that brief era that we all have, maybe sometime just after you get out of high school. And for 3 or 4 years, you're just really too cool for video games. And you're really trying to find your, mate. And you're in college or wherever, trade school or whatever you're doing. And so those kind of years, I did fall into a gap of about 4 years there where I wasn't collecting very studiously. Toys R Us sealed copy of Geist there. Always glad to see Geist. Very weird that it was a Nintendo published game. I always thought didn't really fit the rest of their themes or motifs or that kind of thing. I don't know. The Power Rangers from this era were just never my jam. So I don't know, it's one of those things. You don't want to say bad things. But I don't know. If you like it. Maybe you can explain it to me. And again, I should also say, I just was not really a GameCube fan for most of these games. I was playing them on Xbox because I had a hard drive and high definition graphics and all that kind of stuff. And then here's what immediately made me pick this up. I flipped over this box and saw this. And again, not mint, as you can see there. Let's see if that pops up. $9.98, sealed Def Jam Fight for New York on the GameCube. Immediately I was like, I'm going to buy this box for $200. I think I'll be doing just okay. I don't know if this is a real seal. I think it's fake. But on the other hand, the sticker's on the outside of it, and it's a Platinum Hits. So a lot of times they got really janky on those re-releases. And as you can tell, this person bought a lot of budget titles. But here's one that has a Y-fold. So I don't know. I'm not really worried about it. These aren't high-dollar, high-end games. And it does kind of suck. I don't have the best seal going. And it is a Platinum Hits for NFL Street. Huge NFL Street. Probably, I don't know. Sometimes hard to compete with Blitz. But I don't know. It's hard to say that isn't my favorite NFL game of all time. We got Counter-Strike. And again, this Burnout era was my absolute favorite. I have played through all of these many times. Here we go. This was one that, I don't know, value-wise, I haven't looked any of these up, obviously. But just a great seal. Looks great. Anything GTA, again, I think so many of us were affected by GTA so much, like growing up. I had the original on the PC, big box, and I know that's not even barely close to the same game, but to now have a sealed copy is super cool. And again, anything Toys R Us, I just love. Here's one that if it was on the PS2 would probably be crazy. This will definitely be in the WATA because it has the bonus sticker on the outside. But love the I've always loved the look of the Platinum. Love the way it like melds with their logo. Love that it has the sticker on there. Everything about that I can get down with. Here you go. Y sealed Platinum Hits, green box. Prove they did it. So it's really cool from that point of view. But it's also a KOTOR. It's the Knights of the Old Republic. And so who didn't love that game? And speaking of games that we all loved, Fable, the Lost Chapters, Fable 2 and 3 on the 360. All fantastic. If you haven't played through all those multiple times, like please go get out and do that. Except for, what's the crappy one? Is there a Fable on Kinect or something like that? I don't know. There's one of them that's just god friggin' awful. And the Project Gotham, which was made by the Bizarre Creations. Fantastic game. Racing game of the year. It's hard to point in camera. Little rough. Seal's not great. Probably wouldn't go to WATA anyway, because who's going to buy a Platinum Hits version of a racing game? Nobody wants that sealed and graded. But just the way the Sydney Opera House looks, and I believe that's an Enzo Ferrari. I like cars. I'm not the perfect car guy. But there you go. What should we end on except a $200 box full of games in an Enzo Ferrari, the coolest car that existed in that year. YouTube, we'll see you back tomorrow with another box of awesomeness.